Hi everyone. Let's begin in a couple of minutes so that more people can join in. All right, I guess we can start. My name is Hemant and I'm a CFA Charter holder, and I completed all the levels of CFA in 2017. And today I'm going to take you through the benefits of CFA course and what is in it for you and whether you should do it and what are the job prospects, uh, and then maybe answer your questions with respect to how much a CFA charter holder generally earns with so and so years of experience. Is it easy to get a job when you are a CFA charter holder, or is it still difficult to get a job when you're pursuing CFA? So all sorts of questions we are going to see. I'm going to go through the presentation that I have on the screen, which highlights the benefits and some of the key features of the CFA course. And in between, if you have any questions for me, then don't stop yourself. You can use the chat option, which is there on your Zoom application, and type in your question, and I will try to answer your question in the best possible way. All right, so let's get started. We are going to start with the CFA certification benefits. CFA is a chartered financial analyst program, and it's a globally recognized program, which means that whether you are in India or you are anywhere in the world, in most of the countries, the CFA program is recognized, which means that most of the employers would know you if you have done CFA and would understand what kind of skills you have if you are a CFA charter holder or you are pursuing CFA. The CFA Institute has more than 170,000 charter holders. By charter holders, we mean to say the people who have cleared all the levels of CFA course. There are 3 levels in total. And after that, they also have the relevant work experience for some time. Then you become a charter holder, which means that you can write CFA in front of your name. And that's when people recognize you that you are a CFA charter holder. Uh, so there are 170,000 CFA charter holders who work in some of the industry's most prominent firms like JP Morgan, UBS, RBC, Bank of America, HSBC, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, uh, BlackRock, Credit Suisse, and State Street. You must have heard about most of these companies, and we are not only talking about the global scenario, we're talking about the India scenario as well. There are companies, most of these companies are there in India as well, and they have their inclination towards hiring the CFAs. CFA program is recognized by 60 plus regulators. By regulators, we mean to say in India, if I give you the example, SEBI is the regulator of the stock markets. In the US, SEC is the regulator of the stock markets. So like this, there are 60 plus regulators who have recognized the CFA program in more than 40 markets. Over 125 colleges and universities incorporate a majority of CFA curriculum in the courses. If we talk about the MBA course, then the finance portion that you study in the last semester, a lot of curriculum is taken from the CFA course. What I mean to say is that when you're pursuing the CFA course and you're already an MBA, you'll see that there's a lot of overlapping that is there. But then the CFA goes to totally different dimensions altogether and provides you uh, a lot of knowledge with respect to the financial fraternity. Uh, you can say that if you are a CFA charter holder, you will know 95% of the things with respect to the financial world, with respect to portfolio management, with respect to asset management, with respect to corporate finance, which is a difficult thing to achieve when you are an MBA because that is more focused towards management skills. Career advantage: employers recognize CFA charter holders as the definitive standard by which to measure the competency, integrity, and dedication of serious investment professionals. If there are two people in the room, one is a CFA charter holder and the other is a normal graduate, then definitely a charter holder or a person who is pursuing the CFA will have an edge for the employer uh, and getting shortlisted for the job. Practical skills. This is the best part. The CFA program focuses on the practical knowledge and current real world skills necessary in the global investment management profession. This is the reason why employers love this program so much, because when they hire somebody who has completed CFA, they know that he is or she is quite ready to do the job. And that is one of the USPs that this course has to offer. Lesser and lesser training is required because you've already gone through so much through your CFA course that now you know most of the things that are required for the job. Uh, Community: earning the CFA charter holder places you in the company of an elite group of more than 170,000 respected investment professionals. So once you complete the entire course, you will become the charter holder, and then you will be among 170,000 people who are charter holders. So this 170,000 is the figure, it's a global figure that's throughout the world, not only in India. Um, so this is the agenda for today's webinar. We'll have the Chartered Financial Analyst program. So we'll talk about this. We'll talk about EduPristine, how EduPristine can help you in achieving your targets, and then some contact information. If you're interested in the course, then who is your contact person? All right. So if you want to go ahead and pursue CFA, then the minimum eligibility criteria are given here. You have to be a level. So in order to pursue level 1 CFA exam, you have to be at least a final year graduate, and then only you can appear for the CFA level 1 exam. The passport is mandatory. Without that, there's no admission in the exam hall. For level 2, you should have completed your graduation and cleared CFA level 1 exam. And for level 3, you should have cleared level 2 and level 1 exams. Only then you can sit for level 3. After you're done with level 3, it will be time for you to apply for CFA membership. When I say CFA membership, by paying a nominal fees to the CFA Institute, which is paid every year, you will become the CFA charter holder, and then you can write CFA in front of your name. And on your visiting cards, on your signature, at your professional environment, you can refer to yourself as CFA. Requirements are that you should have the professional experience of 4,000 hours in a minimum of 36 months. So in the last 3 years, or in any 3 years, you should have worked for 4,000 hours under the profession, which is directly related to the CFA program, and wherein you are performing some task which is related to whatever you have studied in level 1, 2, and 3. About the exam, it is administered by CFA Institute of USA, and the minimum time to pass all 3 exams would be 1 to 1.5 years. Earlier, it was around 2.5 years, but now the level 2 and level 3 exams are happening twice and sometimes thrice in a year. So that's why if you are pretty quick from clearing one level to another, then this journey will be very short for you, and you can do all the levels in 1.5 years. However, for this kind of achievement, you might require to study full time. Practically, it might be difficult to manage this with the job. But nothing to worry. If you're doing a job, then this time would increase only a little. And I think 2.5 years is something that you can target for in order to complete all the levels. These are the subjects that you will be studying in all 3 levels of CFA course, and the subjects remain quite consistent, except for level 3. Some of the subjects go away, and then the focus shifts more towards portfolio management and wealth planning. As you can see, the weightage from 5 to 8 and 10 to 15 goes to 35 to 40. So that's where the major changes. Otherwise, within level 1 and level 2, the subjects remain precisely the same, and their weightages are also precisely the same. You are going to study about ethics, as in what is integrity, and you have to be very honest about your job. So that's what ethics is all about. You're going to study about quantitative methods, which is about statistics, then economics, and for level 1, the economics that you're going to study is quite close to what you studied in class 12th. Then financial reporting analysis, this is more about accounting that you again must have studied before. Corporate finance is something that will help you in understanding how things are done in the corporate world. Then equity investments, fixed income, derivatives, alternative investments, these are all asset classes. So if you are aspiring to become a portfolio manager or managing someone's money, then this will be really useful for you. And then at the end, you're going to study portfolio management and wealth planning. So all these subjects are covered at once in the exam in all 3 levels, level 1, 2, and 3. Level 3 is a little bit of an exception. You do not have quantitative methods, you do not have financial reporting, and you do not have corporate finance. The rest are still there in level 3. Each level on an average requires 250 to 350 hours of study from a particular student. This could be less or more depending on your prior knowledge, and depending on how quickly you learn things, and how much time you spend, and how focused you are. But this is the average time that the students take in order to prepare for each level of CFA exam. So all in all, you can eye to spend 1,000 hours in order to complete the entire CFA course, all 3 levels. This is the exam pattern of CFA level 1. In 2020 December, we had the last paper-based exam, and after that, the CFA Institute has shifted to the computer-based test. I'm not going to talk much about the paper-based exam because most of the people are opting for the computer-based test, and that's the future. So the focus is going to be more about this, but let's compare them both. Over here, the exam used to happen on a particular day, and that was like twice in a year globally. Over here, you will have 10 days to schedule your exam, and you can walk in and give your exam on the day of your choice. But there will be a choice of 10 days. For example, it could be 25th, it could be 15th August to 25th August. So you can choose any day. Over here, you had 240 questions. Here you have 180. It is proctored in 192 locations globally. Now with the online, it can be proctored in 400 plus locations globally, because everything is now happening on the computer. There were 2 3-hour sessions and break in between. So 120 questions per session. So it was total of 6 hours of exam. Here we have 2.25 hours each session. So in total, you have 4.5 hours of exam, and there are 90 questions per session. So you can say that the amount of time that you have to spend in the exam has gone down a lot compared to what we had earlier in the paper-based. Question format is multiple choice in both. So about the passing, pass level 1 December 2020, register for level 2 June 2021. So that depends on whether you have passed the exam and where are you at this point of time. So if I talk about you, if you have not started with this program, then the next exam will be happening in February 2021, and then in February 2022, and then in May 2022, you can opt for any of these exams. And after that, once you clear that, you can opt for the next level 2 and then level 3. So that depends, but there should be a minimum of 6 months of gap between clearing one level and the second. So uh, after clearing level 1 in May, you cannot go for level 2 in August. You will have to opt for the November attempt. So there must be a minimum of 6 months of gap. Talking about level 2 and level 3, each exam is 4.5 hours long, so 2.25 hours for each session, and it is split between morning and afternoon sessions. And it is composed again of the item set questions. You will have a case study, and you will have 6 questions based on the case study. It is offered twice in a year, May and August. Level 3 exam is composed of item set and essay questions, and now it is offered again twice in a year. Earlier, level 2 and level 3 were offered once in 1 year. As per the new exam structure, level 2 and level 3 will happen twice instead of only once in a year. And this is the score metrics. So out of, let's say, 100%, if you're scoring below 50%, that is considered to be poor. If you're scoring between 51% to 70, that's considered from average to poor, and above 70 is considered to be a good score. So your aim should be to score above 70 in every subject. It's not that if you score below 50 in one of the subjects, you will not pass. You will, but then the chances decrease a little. 51 to 70 is still acceptable, but when you score below 50 in, let's say, 2 subjects out of 10, then you are at a borderline, depending on how critical those subjects are, right? So all in all, this should be your target. Your target should be to score above 70% in every subject. The key to crack CFA level 1 is performing well in ethics and FRA. So as I said, if you score above 70 in these 2 subjects, and let's say below 50 in the other 2 subjects which are not having a very high weightage, for example, let's say alternative investments and derivatives, then also you can pass the exam, right? So it depends on a lot of combinations. CFA centers and dates. Level 1 exam, CFA level 1 exam happened on 5th December 2020, and then level 1 again happened in February. May, it did not happen because of the COVID scenario, and August it is going to happen most likely. And then in November 2021, we have another level 1. So level 1 is happening 4 times in a year. Level 2 is happening 2 times, and level 3 is also happening 2 times in 1 year. These are the exam centers. So this is where you will have to go when you are appearing for the exam: Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, New Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Pune, Bhopal, Jaipur, Lucknow, and Hyderabad. Right. These are the latest updates on the CFA examination. So I will just give you a summary of this. The CFA exam that is going to happen now for level 1 is going to be in February 2022 and in May 2022. And if you register for February exam right away, then you might have to pay lesser fee. And for the May exam, definitely you'll have to pay lesser fee. So as the time goes by, they increase the fee a little, right? And yeah. Yes, that's right. Computer-based exams for all three levels, 2021 onwards. So that's what has happened. We have computer-based exams for all three levels from 2021. This is again 4 times for level 1, 2 times for level 2, 2 times for level 3. This is the schedule for 2022. In 2022, you'll have February, May, August, and November. For level 2, we'll have February and August. For level 3, we'll have May and November. But since I believe that you are appearing for the first time, so this is what matters the most for all of you. A candidate cannot repeat the same level, write the next level in the immediate next quarter. Hence, there is a mandatory 6-month gap between the two exams. So it's not possible that you appear for May exam for level 1 and then register yourself for August for level 2. There has to be a 6-month mandatory gap between the two exams. This shortens the journey to clear all the levels. For example, this is what you can opt for. You can appear in, okay, so this is a little outdated, but I'll give you an example. You can appear in February 2022 for level 1, and then in August 2022 for level 2, because there's a 6-month gap, and then in May 2023 for level 3, and in around 1.5 years you'll be able to clear all the levels. Study material, you're going to get the core reading from the CFA Institute. That's the CFA Institute material. It's pretty much elaborated, and there's a lot of detail to study from that. Then you will get hands-on material from EduPristine in the form of presentation. These will be concise notes that you can quickly refer to. Then you will have the online login to access the material in the form of PDF and videos. Whatever lectures we are going to have in the class, you're going to have the videos for all those lectures that you can access, and you can listen to them again and again. So that is a very good feature. And then you will have the quiz question banks for each topic by EduPristine through online access. And important notes will obviously be provided by the faculties during the lecture. So I think if you are diligent enough to take everything seriously that's mentioned here, then there are very, very high chances that you will be able to clear any level of exam of CFA course, because the material will be enough for you to study. All that you have to do is take out time and dedicate yourself to study for the exam. You will also require the calculator. So these are the acceptable calculators. The average cost of the calculator is around 2,500 rupees. You can easily find them on Amazon. So this is the calculator condition that is acceptable in the exam. They will not accept any other calculator, but only these 3 calculators during the exam. So here is the fee. This is a little outdated. I'll talk about the fee irrespective of these dates. So let's say if you register for February 2022, then for level 1, who is a new candidate, there is just a one-time charge of $450. And if you do an early registration, as I mentioned before, you only have to pay $700. But if you do a last-minute registration, then it will be $1,000. From level 2 onwards, you will not have to pay this $450. All you will have to pay is either $700 or $1,000, depending on the time at which you register yourself. The earlier you register, the more money you will save on your registration cost. This is how the result comes. The CFA Institute does not tell you how much marks did you score. They will just tell you whether you passed or failed, and they will also tell you where you lied. So this is the minimum passing score, this line that you see. If you lie above this line, like here, then you will pass. If you lie below the line, then you will fail. And if you lie on the line, then it's a borderline case, and you might pass or fail, depends on the calculation done by the CFA Institute. So the objective is to lie on the line always. Sorry, above the line always. Job prospects after completing the CFA program. Before I move forward, I will stop a little for 1 minute if you have any questions till now. Uh, okay, if anything comes to your mind, then do interrupt me. Okay, who employs the CFA charter holder? The CFA charter holder provides you with, okay, I think we have a question. Yes, Deepak, you can write down your question either in the chat window or in the question and answer. CFA charter holder provides you with a strong foundation for a variety of career choices in the investment profession. And these are some of the investment professions that you can opt for when you are a CFA. Whether you are, even if you are a level 1 or level 2 candidate, then also these are open to you. Portfolio management, investment research, advisory services, investment banking. So all these are open to you when you're pursuing CFA. 23% of the people are employed in mutual funds or investment companies. 16% people are in private client wealth management, wherein you will be managing the money of the client by investing them into stocks or mutual funds or fixed income. Then 16% become broker or dealer, investment banking and sell side research. 10% are towards the institutional investment management side. And then all of these are towards the consulting firm. So I am on this side. I am working for a consulting firm, and this is where I lie. I lie in the public plan sponsor, public fund, right? So this is where I lie. Okay, I think we have a question. Deepak, which countries prefer CFA? So Deepak, if I talk about the major economies, then whether you go to Europe, entire Europe, or you go to an entire Australia continent, or whether you go to entire North America continent, that's USA and Canada, or even Middle East, like maybe you can go to Dubai. Everybody prefers CFA. So everyone who has a developed financial market, they know what is CFA, and they do give preference to CFA over a person who is not a CFA, right? So there are many countries which prefer CFA. Job prospects after completing CFA program. If you're someone in love with the financial models, then this is the role that you need. You can become a financial modeling analyst, financial research analyst, equity research analyst, credit analyst. So these are all the roles that are open for you if you are interested in taking up financial modeling. If you dream of a position in a bank, then also it's the right course for you, and you will have the opportunity to get into banking jobs and become an analyst. Fun fact sheet, working for the major investment banks. These are some of the roles which you never knew that might excite you, which is the indexing analyst. Here, the job requires you to get exposure to various stock exchanges, debt instruments, annual interim reports, merger and acquisition, etc. So all in all, in short, if I summarize this, there are many options of jobs that are available to you. Only you have to choose. If you wish to be a guide or a mentor to the teams of analysts, CFA is again the right course for you, because it gives you the opportunity to become a project manager, associate pricing operations, and process management. Obviously, these will come with experience, but then CFA will become a very big cushion for someone who is aiming for such positions. Looking at a broader role, becoming a consultant. So here also the CFA course will help you. So you can become a financial consultant just like I am. And then you can become a research analyst performing equity research and research in hedge funds and global investment banks. And then a credit officer also. So these are also some very good roles that you can opt for. So here are the top employers. If I talk about India and global, here are the top employers that you can imagine yourself working for. Citigroup, so I'm talking about India right now. Citigroup, Crisil, Deutsche, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, ICICI Group, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Nomura, and State Bank of India. So government banks are also recognizing the CFA charter. So the day is not very far when in India also CFA will become a very much a known thing. It is right now also, but mainly in the multinationals. But the day is not far when more companies will add to the list of ICICI Group and State Bank of India. Globally, you have a very long list, and these are some of the major employers: Bank of America, Citigroup, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, RBC, UBS, and Wells Fargo. So globally, you will have many opportunities. In India as well, you will have a lot of opportunities through multinational. And in the upcoming years, with India's markets, the stock markets, and everything growing, there will be more opportunities for people like us. About EduPristine, so I'm going to tell you a little about EduPristine as well. EduPristine is the largest, oldest, and the best authorized training partner for CFA exam in India. And we train 2,000 plus CFA program aspirants every year. Okay. We are a member of Adtalem Global Education. It is a listed company on the New York Stock Exchange, and it runs the institution in India, and that name is EduPristine. It is a 1.2 billion company having 9 institutions and companies. So in short, you will be getting the coaching from a very big brand and a US brand who knows how important it is, how important CFA is for the students. Adtalem takes pride in training 142,000 degree seeking students all over the world. Many of them come from India. EduPristine is India's leading training providers in account and finance. Founded in 2008, EduPristine has strong online and classroom training platform. Currently, during the COVID scenario, we have a lot of presence through online training because classroom trainings are not really possible. But in the past, we have held classroom trainings only. And as the scenario gets better, we'll shift towards the classroom training soon. We have a large alumni of students, around 50,000 plus. I think we'll have more into this. This number is a little outdated. So there are more number of alumni that we have now. Operations in 6 cities in India. We have a faculty pool of 600 plus industry experts. And we also have a soft skills training. So you're not going to be only studying about the CFA. You are also going to be mentored for the soft skills training, because when you go for the interview, the soft skills matter a lot. And this is how the employer judges you. So we'll get you all prepared for the interviews as well. I think I have another question from Deepak. Can you provide placement support? Yes, Deepak. The institute provides placement support. And for more clarity, you can coordinate with, and you can ask this question to your counselor as well, the counselor who had contacted you. And then they can provide you more clarity towards that. If you need more clarity towards the CFA program, then I am the one who can guide you on that. But yes, we do provide the placement support. So it's written here as well. All right, so these are the training highlights. Okay, somebody raised hand. I'm not sure who that was, but if you have a question, you can ask in the chat box. All right, so there will be total of 24 classes. Every class is of 5 hours, and you will have 120 hours of training, whether it's a classroom or an online, depends on the COVID scenario. The training will be on the weekends only. These are the timings, either 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. You'll have topic-wise study notes in the PDF format, question bank with 2,500 plus practice questions, recordings of all 24 classes. This is the best feature. Uh, Once you're done with all the classes, you can go through them again by listening to their recording, uh, because you will have access to all the recordings or recordings of the classes that we'll have. 8 online mock exams, 3 hours each. So after we are done with the course, the institute will arrange 8 mock exams for you for the practice. In-house learning management system. This is the online system that we have, and you'll all have access to it, and you'll have a lot of resources on it, like videos and notes and mock exams and everything. You'll have 24/7 access to that, and you also have a doubt solving forum. At any moment you have a doubt, all you have to do is just raise your doubt on this forum, and then somebody will be there to assist you with the topic that you are struggling with. Not only this, after we are done with the course, we have a crash course wherein we spend 5 days to revise all the subjects that we have studied. Here we have every training session that comprises of 8 hours, again on the weekends. So there are 5 days on which we revise all the topics before the exam. Revision of all the topics, special exam preparation tips, review and problem solving, summarize study material, and mock exam and 8 online tests. Yeah, so this is where we reach the final stage of the preparation, after which you are about to appear for the exam. So in total, there will be 260 hours. There will be 140 hours of training. So that's 120 of online or offline training, and then 40 hours of crash course. So 160 in total. Okay, talking little bit more about EduPristine. Okay, Sonika, I think you had raised your hand. If you have any question, then you can type in the chat box, and I can take up that question. EduPristine is India's largest, oldest, and authorized training provider for CFA program that was founded in 2008. EduPristine provides experiential learning to students, making them industry ready by providing candidates the soft skills and placement assistance. So this is where I hope your doubt is clarified. Not only the placement assistance, you will also be provided the soft skills training, which will prepare you well for the interview. EduPristine has strong online platform and network of classrooms across India, which caters to self-paced learning and online learning in addition to classroom learning. The content is comprehensively and regularly updated. All faculties are industry experts. I'll take my example here. I've been working in my industry for the last 10 years now, and I take CFA classes. And when I take CFA classes, I mix up the theoretical concepts with the practical experience that I have been having. And then obviously, since I've cleared the exam, I know where the students should focus on more in order to do well during the exam. The batch sizes are also relatively very small, 25 to 30 students, in order to make the class very interactive. Flexibility, this is the best part. So once you complete your classes, you will have 1 year until which you can access all the material on LMS, which is the online platform. And you will be able to access the recorded lectures, mock tests, question banks, everything for the next 1 year. So let's say if you have concluded the classes in February, but you are appearing for the exam in August. So you don't have to worry much, because until August, you will have access to all the lectures that you have gone through. Soft skills training, this is where the soft skills training part comes in. Considering the development of professionals at EduPristine, while core subject take care of the task-oriented training, business communication take care of the people-oriented training. So that's where we focus on after the CFA course is done, the people-oriented training. We focus on proficiency in speaking, self-awareness of the strengths and the areas of management, ability to understand the intent of communication one's thoughts with clarity, openness, and reason, understand the impact one has on others, and presentation skills, and feedback and inquiry skills. Uh, these are the sessions that you will go through once you have completed the CFA course and you're getting ready to prepare for the interview. That's where somebody will pitch in and train you on the communication side of the strength. EduPristine's course guidance and support. You can view the course structure, the course schedule, the details of upcoming sessions, required study material, all on LMS. So LMS will be your one-stop shop where you can go and you will be able to get most of the information. If you're not able to get all the information, then you have us and you can contact us and we'll help you with that. Get frequent seminar and webinar updates during and after the courses. In case you have any doubts during the course, you can raise your query on our forum, and somebody will contact you within 24 business hours. In case you find any kind of difficulties with faculty, content, admin, you can write to us at care@edupristine.com. So the institute is pretty much flexible. Let's say if there's a faculty whose rate of speech is really high and you're having a hard time understanding that faculty, then it will not happen that we'll continue all the classes with that faculty only because the students are not happy. We'll change the faculty. So that is something that is definitely there. The flexibility remains. Faculty are the topic experts, specialized in their area, experienced and certified professionals. Regular feedbacks are taken to reflect faculty performance. And over the last, I think, 12 years, this is the average rating that we have had from the students, 4.73 out of 5. And 4 remains the minimum rating that we have for any faculty. The moment the rating goes below 4, then we make sure that either we step into the situation and we do something about it. So above 4 is something that we aim for every class. The Career Assistance team provides 100% support through program to guide and help navigate ample career options. So you will have support on resume building, interview help, placement lead. So placement lead will give you the unlimited access to our private and public leads and references on our placement portal. So here you'll be informed about which companies are hiring and how you can appear for the interview, and somebody will help you for the interview preparation and building your resume. EduPristine has delivered high quality trainings for various Fortune 500 corporates, and these are some of the corporates that we have dealt with, and we have trained their workforce. And they have been KPMG, Ernst & Young, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Mizuho, Franklin Templeton, Credit Suisse, and HSBC. We have trained the employees of these corporates on the financial front, and that's why it makes it very important and very special, because these are all Fortune 500 companies, and for the trainings they resorted to EduPristine because they believe that EduPristine can do justice to the kind of exposure that the employees require. Then we have also delivered trainings to some very big colleges like National University of Singapore, IIM Calcutta, FMS Delhi, NISM, IIT Delhi, BITS Pilani, ISB Hyderabad, and IIM Indore. So the MBA students or the engineering students, they have also been trained through EduPristine for these institutes. And these are some of the testimonials. These are just 2, but I'm sure there are thousands of testimonials wherein people have said that EduPristine has done a great job in not only teaching the students, but also preparing them for the job and providing them the practical knowledge. She is the finance head of Soho House Group. That was back in, I think, 2011. And he is the CFA, was a CFA Level 2 exam again back in 2011, and was Director Sales Consulting at Oracle Financial Services GBU. Right. How do I get started? If you're ready to earn the most respected investment credential in the world, then enroll in the CFA program and register for Level 1 today. That's the message from EduPristine. And these are some of the payment modes. If you are going, if you have decided to go for the coaching through EduPristine, we accept online payment, NEFT payment, check payment, and Paytm. Uh, and in addition to this, obviously you will have to register on the online website of CFA Institute also. And side by side, the EduPristine will take care of the preparation for the exam. Right. This will be your contact person. You can note down. That's Gaurav Sharma, or maybe somebody through. So if you have come here through somebody, then that will be the contact person. Otherwise, if you don't know anybody, then this will be the contact person. You can note it down. And if you have any queries with respect to the course, the fees, then you can contact this person. Um, right. And now I think in next 15 minutes or so, if you have any questions for me um, related to salary, the money component, then I can answer related to prospects, job prospects, anything. If you would like me to turn on your mics so that you can talk and you can speak, then I can do that also. Let me know. Otherwise, you can also type in your question in the chat window, and I'll be happy to answer any question that you have. All right, just give me 1 minute in that. Okay, I think I have a question. Sonika Kumar, job opportunities in India. Well, Sonika, there are many job opportunities in India. Are you a fresher, or you are working somewhere, or you are a graduate? Can you just brief me a little about yourself? Okay, you are a graduate. All right. So, if I talk about people who are fresh out of colleges, and if I talk about people who are now looking for the job, then my suggestion is that until you are thinking of committing yourself to a course like MBA, let's suppose you are aiming for MBA, many people, and it's a good thing that many people are after the graduation, just after getting their first job or before getting their first job, they begin to pursue CFA. There are two advantages to it. First is that you are studying and you are adding into your profile something which is really valuable and which has a very bright future. uh, so that is something that you're going to do, and it's a long distance course, which means that you can do it with your job. Secondly, at a point of time, let's suppose 3 years down the line, if you are now thinking of pursuing MBA, by that time you might become a CFA charter holder, which means that an MBA plus a CFA charter holder will give you a better edge compared to a person who is only an MBA. And thirdly, if you have started a job and you have started pursuing CFA, and let's suppose you clear CFA level 1, then again you'll have an edge over people who are not CFAs and who started with you. So all in all, I can see the benefits of it, and the earlier you start, the better it will be. Uh, we do have students who are well placed into their careers. They are in the middle management uh, roles, and they are also pretty much feel the need of pursuing CFA, and they wish if they had started earlier, just after the graduation, so that they could consume that kind of knowledge at that point of time. So starting earlier is definitely an advantage. Does that answer your question, Sonika? Uh, okay. Another question, passport is mandatory at the time of enrollment, or we can go for passport after enrollment? Passport is mandatory. At the time of enrollment also, you will have to enter the passport number. So the passport number has to be entered when you are enrolling yourself. Uh, so passport will be mandatory. But that's fine. I think if you don't have a passport, then getting a passport is like a 3 week thing, 3 to 4 weeks. These days, the process is really fast. And if you apply for the passport today, then within the next 1 month, you will have the passport with you. And till then, you can start with the preparation for the exam, because passport is definitely going to come. All you have to do is prepare well for the exam, so you can begin with that part till then. All right. Okay. Any other questions? Any other concerns? All right. So if you don't have any questions, any further questions, then I will close the session. And you can contact this number which I have given on the screen, or you can contact somebody who approached you for this webinar. Uh, okay, we have another question. Sir, what will be the starting package for MBA plus CFA? It's a good question, Sonika. I think it's a very practical question. If you are an MBA from a very good college, let's say top 20 colleges, then uh, the average package will be the one which the students from those colleges get once they pass out, right? So there the CFA will have an advantage. Let's say there are two students sitting for the interview. One is a CFA and another is not a CFA. So the one who is a CFA might get a better package than the average package from that institute. Right? So their advantage is definitely there. And during the working life also, if you are a CFA, then there are things about which you will be more knowledgeable about compared to your peers, and there you will have more edge. And for every opportunity, I think the qualifications are looked at, and whenever somebody will look at the qualification and somebody will see that this person is a CFA and the other person is not a CFA, then that thing will definitely have some value somewhere. So starting package will depend on the institute. However, I'll give you a very estimated number. I'll give you a good estimate that a CFA, I'm not talking about an MBA, a charter holder person with 5 to 7 years, 7 to 10 years of experience in India earns between 17 to 22 lakhs per year. This is the average thing. You could be better than 22 lakhs, or you could be a little behind 17 lakhs. You could be at 15, or you could be at 25. It only depends on the opportunities that you've got. But yeah, this is the estimated number, a good estimate of how much a CFA charter holder earns. Does that answer your question, Sonika? All right. So if we don't have any further questions, then I will just close the webinar here. Thank you all for your attention, And thank you all for attending, and see you soon. Thank you.